Yes, I have executed this and I'll explain you with the result.
One moment, I will start recording. Yes.
Yes, you can see here a procedure is being created, that is square of a number, square num, and we are passing a number here which is of type in out, and we are calculating the square, and the calculated square is again stored in the same variable, and we are ending the procedure here.
Yes.
Yes, now let me execute this. Yes, look here, I am executing this. To execute this, I need a variable to pass into that procedure. Yes, look here, a variable is declared and I am initializing it with 25 and I am invoking the procedure square num by passing that variable with a value 25. Then I am displaying it here because the variable is of type in out.
Okay.
So it gives 625 as a result.
Yes.
Let me paste again. Okay.
You don't need slash
Yes.
after the end.
After
You don't
and
need
there
slash.
is, okay, the slash in the browser is optional, but on command prompt it is mandatory.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Run now. Unable to submit the script. I have written to the application. Again I am going to run now. There is some problem with the Oracle environment. Let me go back and here execute. View results. Square of 25 is 625. All right.
All right.
So let me copy and paste these two things for you. And yesterday's samples, let me paste here. Procedures. Yes. Now let us work out on another sample. I am writing a procedure to calculate the net salary of an employee.
Okay.
Just look here, create or replace procedure. Calculate net salary is the name of the procedure. And we are passing the employee ID as an int type of argument.
Okay.
Then IS is keyword. So as I am going to calculate the net salary, I have declared a variable net salary. V underscore says that it is a variable.
Okay.
And it is of numeric. Calculated net salary is numeric. And inside begin end, you can see inside begin end, I am going to compute salary plus commission.
Okay.
That is SAL salary. SAL it is that.
One moment, please. Mama, yes, you're on Saturday. Salary the mother account. 1 second, okay?
Oh, okay.
One moment. Sad je našla da dođe. Baš nemam sreće da... Pa nije, nego i sad će Petra da bude budna i onda šta? Okay, I'm back.
All right. You can see I am calculating, that is I am computing the net salary. How? Salary plus commission. The computed value is stored in the variable V underscore net salary into so and so from employee table, where the employee number equals to the employee ID which I am passing. Then I'm going to display that salary, computed salary, net salary of so and so employee is this much. Yes, let me execute this. Copy it again. Oh, copy it again. Yes. Example 4. With a table. I am running it. Run now. View results. Yes, with 0 errors, this particular procedure is created and stored. Then we need to execute this. So to execute this, I need to pass the employee ID. I am connecting to Oracle through black color screen.
Okay. User 2?
Yes, user 2. Then set server output on. Output on. Okay. Begin. Then execute the procedure name, that is calculate net salary. All right.
All right.
Then we need to pass the employee ID over there. We need to pass employee ID. We need to remember the employee ID. For this I need to fire. Yes, let me copy this. So yes, I am going to fire select star from employee to find the employee numbers. Yes, you can see the employee 7499 Alan, whose salary is 1600 and commission is 300.
Okay.
So let me give that. 7499. 7499. Something went wrong. Calculate net salary. Encountered the symbol. Okay. Let me write it again. Begin. calculate net salary 7499. Yes, net salary for
Okay.
V employee ID is 1900. Actually, employee ID has to be displayed over there. That may be in single quote, so it is displaying V employee ID instead of 7499.
Okay.
So let us change that. I'm editing the script. Look there. This V employee ID should be like this. Yes. Yes, V underscore employee ID. Okay, this, and then right. Yes, you can see employee ID. Then this, okay, run. Run now. View results. Oh, something went wrong. That is mismatching the single quotes. Yes. From here to here, that is a message in single quotes. Then a pipe symbol, pair of pipe symbols. Then I am going to display this. Then I should not have this. Then again pipe symbols. Then is message. Okay, that fine. I am re-executing this. Yes, with 0 errors. Now execute that same thing in command prompt. Yes, I have copied. Yes, you can see 7499.
Yes.
Yes, let me write this here for your reference. And it is giving the output. Let me copy the output also. And let me copy the procedure also. Yes, done. Next, we are looking into functions. Yes. So once you are comfortable with the procedures, then functions becomes easy. You can see the syntax here: create or replace function followed by function name. Then the parameters. It has all those in-out type parameters. Okay. Additionally, there will be a statement, return statement. That's the difference between the procedure and function. Function has return statement. Return so and so data type. What it is returning, numeric, varchar, or date, whatever it is. Okay. Is as keyword, then begin, end. Okay.
Okay.
You are going to write executable instructions inside this begin and function body.
All right.
Yes. So let me write one function. Yes. A function where employee information is displayed. Yes, look here. Look here. I'm going to display an employee name. So here create or replace function employee information function. It is returning a varchar, that is employee name. I have declared a variable of type varchar to store that employee name. So let me copy this and execute. Let me write here. Yes. Then select ename. Ename is the employee name into so and so variable from EMP table, where employee number it is EMP-NO, the column name, and it is 7499 Allen, right?
Yes, yes.
And return employee name. Now look here, I am going to execute this. Yes. SQL scripts create example 1. So let me copy it again. Yes. I am going to execute this. Run now. View results. With 0 errors, it is written. Okay.
Okay.
Now executing this function. So how to execute this function? Function can be executed. So a function can be executed in the following ways. Since a function is returning a value, we can assign it to a variable. Okay? Yes, let me execute one by one. So let me use one way of execution, that is I am executing this in a PLSQL block. Example 1 execution. So begin, end, inside this the function name we have to call, right? So my function name is employee information function. So I am going to use in dbms output dot put line. Yes, I am invoking that function in dbms output dot put line. Now let us execute this. Some error went with Oracle environment. Let me re-execute again. That is the problem with the Oracle environment, not with the program code.
And why is that happening?
Sometimes that's what this what is that? This browser on Oracle 11G Express Edition has some bugs. That is why all of a sudden it throws some application errors. Look there, the output begin, and I am going to write a dbms output and invoke that function. All right.
All right.
Yes, this is one way. Let me copy this. So one way use not invoke in begin and blocks. Yes, this one. So this is the output. right? And let me, yes, okay. So the other way is this employee, I mean to say function will return a value, right? We can hold that value in a variable, then display that variable.
Okay.
Yes, look here.
So it's same if I use any of these three types.
Come again?
I mean, if I use first, second, or third way, I can choose.
Yes, yes, you can choose any one of the ways.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So let me edit this, and I am going to cut this. Variable employee name equals to this one, right?
Right.
And let me display this v underscore employee name. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
V must be declared. Oh, sorry, it is of numeric, right? I forgot to mention the data type.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sorry, it is not very numeric, it is of varchar.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. VAR varchar. Let me give varchar 2. Varchar 2.
Mm-hmm.
Without a varchar 2, I mean to say size. Let me try. Or let me try like this. Still it is throwing error. So I am declaring it in a separate statement. I am mentioning the size over there. Then I am initializing it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Still it is throwing some error.
Column. Line.
Tutored for varchar 2. Let me check here. Yes, of course, correct it is. It has to work actually. I am editing the script and I am cutting this to the same thing. I am adding declare block. Yes, let me try this. Yes, look here, the output.
Okay.
The variable declaration is to be done in declare section itself. not in the begin, end.
Okay.
Yes, I'm copy pasting the output here, the second way of execution. That is inside a block. Right. Third way is in a select statement also you can use. Yes, I'm going to write select, look there, select, what is that employee information function it is actually. Employee underscore FUNC from dual invalid identifier. It has to work actually. You can use FUNC, it is FUNC, spelling mistake. Yes, look there, it has to work and it is working.
Yeah, okay.
That is, function can be executed three ways.
Yes.
Yes, I am mentioning that. One way is using begin end and putting in dbms output line. Okay. Yes, second way is using the same begin end. The thing is you are going to hold the return value in a compatible variable. So employee information function is returning varchar. So I have declared an employee name varchar. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Then third way is using in select statement. So let me copy the select statement. Procedure cannot be used with select statement. Only function can be executed using select statement.
Okay, yes.
Yes, let me put all these things as a material for you. Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Exceptions. Okay. Just a minute. All right. The next topic is exception handling.
Okay.
So an error condition during a program execution is called as an exception in PLSQL. So PLSQL supports programmers to catch such exceptions using exception block. Two types of exceptions are available: system defined exceptions and user defined exceptions. And you can see the declaration where you are going to declare that exception in begin end. Declare begin end. Here we have an exception block. Look there, exception. You are going to mention exception block, exception, and then you are going to mention the exception handling statements. When so and so exception occurs, then what to do? This thing. When so and so other exception occurs, then what to do? These things. When exception 3 occurs, do this thing. All right?
All right.
When nothing is matched with the exceptions where you are placing, when others, when the exception does not match with any of the above,
Then goes
Others.
to others.
Yes, others. Do this. That is handling.
Okay.
Okay. Let us write one sample. Look here. We have seen calculating the net salary of an employee.
Okay.
The same example I am considering. So calculate net salary where you are going to pass an employee ID as an input. So the calculated net salary is stored in a v underscore net salary variable. So I have declared it. Then I am computing this net salary plus commission into so and so variable. Computed net salary. From employee where employee number equals to, we are going to pass that employee ID. Then I am going to display the net salary for so and so employee is. Okay.
Okay.
I am going to display net salary. Now I am going to address some exception here. Exception when my select query, which is computing the net salary and putting into a variable net salary, if it is returning no data, it means
Okay.
my select query is not giving any data. So no data found is an exception name, and it is already available exception, Oracle defined exception, inbuilt exception. Okay. When no data is found by the select statement, then do, that is what I am handling. No employee with that employee number exists. And I am going to display the employee ID. Okay.
Okay.
When others, then, I mean, if no data found exception does not match, when others then display some message, some abnormality occurred.
Okay.
Then end so and so procedure.
All right.
All right, let us execute this. I have to recopy again. Copy. Yes, good. Now, PLSQL exceptions. Example 1. Run. Run now. View results. Yes. A procedure created with error 0. Now let us execute this. Yes, look here. I am going to execute this. Yes. Look here, I am using a begin end block.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, let me.
That's the first way.
Yes. Begin. In that, calculate net salary, and I am passing 7499, right?
Right and.
Of course. It is giving the net salary for so and so employee ID, that is 1900. Now I am executing the same. Begin. Let me give some invalid number. We don't have such a employee ID, right?
Right.
So my select statement will not give data.
Right.
No employee with that employee number.
Yes. Yes. Okay. That's the match the output.
Yes, yes, yes. Let me copy this. Let me copy this. Yes, done.
Mhm.
Yes, here. There are some inbuilt exceptions. Ah, yes, yes. Yes, look here. Predefined exceptions, there is a list here. I am going to highlight you some regularly used exceptions.
Okay.
So need no data found, which we have seen just now.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Next. Look here. The Oracle exceptions or errors will be having error code and error message, right?
Right.
We
Right.
call it as
Yes, yes.
Oracle error code and SQL code. Okay.
Okay.
Look here. Access into null. So this is raised when a null object is automatically assigned to a value.
Okay.
Then case not found. So it is raised when none of the choices in the when clauses of a case statement is selected and there is no else clause there. Then this kind of exception occurs. Okay. Collection is null. So it is raised when a program attempts to apply collection methods other than exist to an uninitialized collection. Like null pointer exception in Java. Maybe in your C# also it may be null pointer exception.
Okay.
Okay. Here the
Okay.
collection names are nested table or VArray, which we are going to see in our upcoming sessions. Okay.
Okay.
So the other possibility when this exception occurs is, you can see I have selected if the program attempting to assign values to the elements of an uninitialized collection.
Okay.
So collection is null will be occurring. Then duplicate value on index. So this is also an exception. This is raised when duplicate values are attempted to be stored in a column with unique index. We have seen indexes. So when a column is marked as unique, it means you cannot put duplicate values in it, right?
Right. Right.
When you try to put then duplicate value on index, exception will occur.
Yeah, that's all right.
Then invalid cursor. So cursors we have not yet seen. Cursors are nothing but some memory areas. Nothing but again select statement they are just it. So invalid cursor. We will discuss cursor soon. Likewise invalid number. So when this occurs, it is raised when the conversion of the character string into number fails. Because the string does not represent a valid number. Maybe in your C# it would be like parsing a string into number.
Oh, yes.
So when the string does not contain a number, then a parse exception would occur. That is number format exception may occur, right?
Right.
Here we call it as invalid number.
All right.
Login denied. So it is raised when programs attempt to log on to database with an invalid username and password.
Okay.
You can see here also on PLSQ, that is color, what is it, black color screen. When I used a wrong password, it showed a login denied.
Yes, yes.
Log on denied.
Yes, yes.
I am highlighting that. You can see, right?
Right, right, right.
0107 is the error code. You can see here SQL code. It is
Yes, yes.
0107.
Okay.
Can you see here 0107?
Yes, 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 yes.
Right, right. Then no data found, which we have seen just now.
Yes.
It is raised when your select into statement returns no rows.
Right.
Not logged on. So it is raised when a database calls is issued without being connected to the database. program error. So it is raised when PLSQL has an internal problem.
Okay.
Then I am highlighting few things. Too many rows. This is raised when select into is returning multiple rows when one row is expected.
Okay.
So value error. This is raised when an arithmetic conversion or truncation or size constraint error occurs. Zero divide. So when you divide a number with zero, this exception occurs. In your C# it may be, what is that? Arithmetic exception.
Yes.
Right. So those are the default exceptions already available. Then
Okay.
just a minute, I'm finding the sample. Yes. Then we have user defined exceptions. That is, we can define our own exceptions. Okay. Now, yes, for this, let me take you to some other things present in exceptions. Raising exceptions. So till now we have not raised the exception, but we just addressed the exception directly. When such exception occurs, do this, right?
Right.
We can raise the exception also. So exceptions are raised by the database server automatically. That is which we have seen automatically. Whereas programmer also can raise the exceptions.
Okay.
So we raise the exception using RAISE raise keyword. Look here, declare, and we are defining our own exception, some exception name. This is an exception I am saying. Then begin. So if some condition occurs, then raise the exception.
Okay. Which
End
will
if.
declare.
Yes, end if. Then that exception, when it is raised, we have to handle, right? Yes, this is a handling block. Okay.
Okay.
So user defined exceptions, how we are going to write? You can see here we are going to write our exception name, and we are marking that this is an exception.
Okay.
Okay. Now let me, and there is another stored procedure, that is raise application error. Raise application error. With this, you can display your own messages for those exceptions.
All right.
An application may be having its own error codes and error messages. For example, the ATM machines, when they fail to dispense amount due to some error, in that ATM machine center, there will be a notice board which talks about error codes and their meanings. Did you observe that?
Again?
Look, you are using an ATM card for making transactions in an ATM.
Okay.
So there are possible error codes and error messages. Those are technical things.
Yes.
So it may be showing you on your statement some so and so error occurred with some code, some 100 code, some error message.
Yes.
Do you remember? It means
sometimes.
yes, sometimes it means that application has its own specific error codes and error messages. Like web applications which you are executing on browser, you may be seeing 404 status error
Yes.
and 502 error.
Right.
So error code and error message over there specific to web applications. Likewise, there will be application specific error codes and error messages. I am developing my own application, library management system. I will be defining some error codes and error messages when some technical things went wrong.
All right.
So we also can write our own error codes and error exceptions. That is error messages. Okay?
Okay.
Fine. So let me back to, so there is a table employee 53. Let me check whether this is available or not. Please hold on, I'm getting a call. Let me answer. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Please hold on. Hello. Hello. I'm back.
Hello.
Yes.
Welcome.
I'm talking about an example. Yes, employee 53. Let me check whether such a table is existing or not. Select star. No, table does not exist. So I have to create one table. So let me create one table. Yes, I am creating a table with the data, employee name, age, and location.
Okay. Okay.
Employee number, which is of numeric, some size, then employee name of varchar 2 of some size, and age, which is of numeric, some size, then salary.
Okay.
Which is of numeric and some size, commission, which is of numeric. Fine. One table is being created. Yes. Now I am going to insert values into that.
It.
Yes. Employee number 100. Employee name Mariana. Then age maybe 23.
20.
20.
Okay.
Okay, 20. Then salary. So let me put 10,000. Then commission 500. Yes. Executed. All right. Now I am going to use this sample here. Look here. There is a procedure which is checking the voter eligibility. So I am passing the employee ID as an argument. Check voter eligibility is the name. And here I am going to write an exception, voter eligibility exception. And this is an exception, you can see exception.
Right.
So here I am going to check against the age here. So age, if it is less than 18 years, then that exception would occur. So to vote in India, the minimum age is 18 years.
Okay.
So if a person's age is less than 18, then some exception would occur. That is, he cannot vote. Okay?
Okay.
That is what? Not
Yes.
eligible for voter card. Look here. Yes, voter eligibility exception is my exception. And I am saying that this is an exception by using the keyword exception. Okay?
Mhm.
And I am going to take the age of an employee into a local variable v underscore age.
Okay.
Then look, select, so in begin end, select age into the local variable from so and so table employee 53, where employee ID, that is EMPNO, it is employee number.
Mhm.
Employee number. So let me copy this and make changes. In your file. Yes. It is employee number, EMPNO. Right. Sorry. Employee number. Then here you can see if age which we have taken of that employee is less than 18, raise so and so exception.
Mhm.
Then when such
Okay.
exception, here you have to handle that exception block. I am handling that.
Okay.
Handle the exception. When voter eligibility exception occurs, then what to do? I am going to display a message, no, that is not eligible for voter card.
Mhm.
Then I am going to end this function, that is end this procedure. Okay?
Okay.
So let me write. So let me copy this, and here before copying, let me insert another value here with employee number 101 and age. I am just mentioning my age as 17 because to raise the exception. Okay, second row is
Yes.
inserted. So let me
Right.
copy this and put in our yes. Fine. Then let me take this procedure and execute it in browser.
Okay.
Go for SQL workshop, SQL scripts, create, paste, copy it again. This Anna is really. Yes. So PLSQL exceptions example 2.
Mhm.
And I am executing this. Run now. View results. Yes, with 0 errors it is created. Fine.
Fine.
Now we are going to execute this. So to execute this, so we are going to use execute. So here yes, let me execute this. Execute, EXECUTE, CUT execute, check voter eligibility. Okay.
Okay.
To this I am going to pass yes 100. So procedure executed successfully. Nothing is happening because for 100 the age is 22.
Yes.
Sorry, not 20, 20, right?
20. Yes.
Yes, let me execute this with 101.
Exception.
Yes, exception encountered and handled by displaying an appropriate message.
Mhm.
Okay?
Yes. Okay.
Right. So let me write this. Done.
Okay.
Fine. Yes. Here I am going to write another exception. That is another sample with exception.
Mm-hmm.
So here I am going to check the transfer eligibility for an employee. Look here.
Okay.
Raise application error I am using here. RAC raise statement to raise an application error, that is application specific error code and error message. Yes. Check transfer eligibility is expecting the employee ID. Then I am going to declare a age numeric. Select age from employee 53 into that local variable age, where employee number is the argument which we are passing. Okay.
Okay.
So let me copy this and put in yours. Yes. It is employee number. It is employee number. And if the age is less than 25, now I am going to raise an application error. My application specific error. If the employee's age is less than 25, then I am going to display some error code, my application specific error code. You can see minus 2028.
Yes.
And he is not eligible to transfer to some country, Philippines.
Okay.
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 Else he can be transferred to Philippines.
Okay.
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 Now let me execute this. So raise application error, how we are using, this is one procedure name. To this you are passing error code and error message as 2 arguments.
Okay.
So we need, let me, the way value is, let me change the age to less than 18, because we have given age over there 20 and 20 and 17, right? So let me change that age. Okay.
Okay.
Or else again I have to perform another insert statement. So paste. So let me recopy. Example 3. Raise application error. Run view results. Yes, with 0 errors.
Okay.
Now let us execute this. Yes. Check transfer eligibility. And pass the employee code here. So let me pass 100. Okay.
Inside. Okay.
Yes, he can be transferred to Philippines.
Yes. Yes. And
Suppose some exception occurs. It means we have to give an age that is less than, what is that? I am going to copy this output. Yes, output I have copied. Now let me go back. So the data present is 20 and 17 age. So I copied this greater than, what is that? Age less than 18. Okay. 101 has the less than 18, right?
Yes.
Let me give 101 then.
Okay.
101. Yes, look here.
Yes. Exception. Mhm.
He is not eligible to transfer, and you can see 2028 I have given.
Mhm. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
right. Select. The select statement is in the buffer at the end, so when I give slash, it is executing the previous command. Okay. So let me copy this. Right. Okay. Yes, that is about exceptions.
Mhm.
Check exceptions. Okay, done. Yes. For now, I am going to close the session,
Okay.
and we shall continue tomorrow.
Okay, but tomorrow I'm available in my morning time.
It
But
means
I think you're that's around after until no wait let me calculate your time. From 1 Indian time to 4. From 1 to 4 your
from
time.
my 1 to 4.
Yes. Because
For
then later I
okay, possibly at 3 o'clock we shall meet. Just ping
yes
me on
yes
my WhatsApp. Tomorrow, if I am not engaged in the noon session, my noon session, we will go for a class then.
okay.
Just
So
ping me on WhatsApp.
okay because I have okay I'll ping you on WhatsApp because I have school tomorrow and obligations and I won't be at home.
Okay, no.
That's why. Okay. Then see you tomorrow.
All right then. All right then. Okay.
Okay.
Bye
Okay.
bye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.